I feel like starting by saying I'm not a crazed egomaniac. Really, I'm not. I am a crazed Lois-iac. Joke. Sort of. But it's not only the freaking hard work of trying to write it all out coherently that is stopping me now. I don't want to go back there. I've gotten used to, being able to look out windows again and not worry about what I might see. Also, a lot of the stuff that's about me is stuff I don't want to tell anyone. It's also a lot about Dad and me, and I don't want to tell those parts either. Down on paper and everything, where he can read them, which he will. I may not know how to write my dictionary, but at least it's not embarrassing. There's another problem. I should make a list. I don't remember every day, as different from the day before and the day after. Sure, I kept notes. I kept lots and lots of notes. But I seem to have left a lot of stuff out. All the connecting bits. All the conversations. All the sane bits. If there were any sane bits. I was just trying to stay alive. Those days keeping Lois and me alive. And I wasn't thinking in terms of needing to make a story out of it later on. And I sure don't remember every conversation I've had in the last 4 years. I remember a few of them. The ones that really got to me for one reason or another, but mostly who remembers? Not me. And I bet not you either. I don't mean the ordinary, everyday ones you have a lot, like, how are you, and what's for dinner, and I thought it was your turn to cook. Those are easy. I mean the one-off ones. The ones while you're trying to write something someone else is going to read at all. So that, while you're writing stuff, is a lot of stuff you can't remember well enough to write. There weren't many conversations anyway. Not a lot of he-saids and she-saids. Or at least not till the end. And then they are peculiar. But I'm going to try to tell the truth. Except for the parts I'm leaving out, because there's still stuff I'm just not going to tell you. Get used to it. And then... Okay, I've got this far. I'm not staring out the window. My fingers are on the keyboard. The first finger is wiggling over the first key for the first letter of the first word, whatever that is. And then I stop all over again. Because how do I get your attention? Not your newspaper headline attention, your real attention. How do I tell you the stuff you need to know if you're going to understand what happened? Because there's really no point if I'm not trying to make you understand a little. And just by the way, who are you? Dad and Martha say that there are a lot of people, a lot of you. Is it going to be easier to think of you as you, or is that going to weird me out even more? Who don't know anything and will only be picking this up because the headlines have made you curious about the whole show, and if I want to rave on a little as background, that's probably okay and maybe even a good idea. I guess they figure if they get me raving, they've won. They're probably right. So blame them. Although, they did say rave a little. It would be easier to start now and go backwards, but then you'd never understand. I'm going to have to start all those years ago, and I don't know how to feel like I felt before Lois, or how to get back there to tell the story the way it happened so maybe you'll understand, at all. A little. Mom should be here, reading this, and saying things like, Lois and I, dear, not me and Lois, and telling me when it's whom and not who. But she isn't. Mom is one of the reasons I don't want to write any of this. I keep wondering, would it have happened at all? Would Lois have happened if Mom was still here? If I hadn't been the right kind of nutcase? Was being a nutcase necessary? Eventually, I thought about Eleanor. She never worries about getting anybody's attention, and that eventually would really annoy her. Or whether they're going to be interested if she wants something. And there are always he-saids and she-saids when Eleanor is around. She-saids, anyway. Eleanor doesn't have the